We're gonna, we just drove by and we saw a bunch of people with some ollas all over the ground. And there's a dog that wants to be petted. And we're gonna go check it out. We're just gonna cruise around the town this morning and see what we could find, and we found this, so. Hola, me llamo Jacob.
Lalo.
Lalo?
Dueño del...
Mucho gusto.
Está el chat.
¿Cuánto es?
100 pesos.
100 pesos?
100 pesos.
I'm gonna get 5.
¿Te gusta la tequila?
Yeah. Sí, yeah. Hey, me gusta mezcal también, yeah.
De Paquimé.
Oh, wow.
El callejón enfrente está una casa verde. Ese es mi taller. Ahí tengo muchas piezas para cuando gustes ir.
¿En la galería?
Ajá.
Sí, ok.
Color verde.
Sí.
A las 9:30 estoy ahí. Yo.
Ok, 9:30. Okay. Muchas gracias. Looks like they knew right away I like tequila and mezcal, so that's what we got. I wasn't expecting to see shot glasses, but it's pretty cool. I think it'll do good at the hall. So, I've never done that before because we're always with Miguel, so we go to a spot and I actually haven't had the time. Just coming here to just stop and like, oh wow, what's that? I've never met those people before, so that was really cool. And they said they're there in the mornings. They've got a studio down the way, and we'll probably go to Casa Verde is the name of their studio or their gallery, and we'll go check that out. They said that son las 9 and 9 they're gonna head up there, so we're gonna go check it out a little bit later on.
Cock-a-doodle-doo goes the rooster as the sun peeks out past the mountains to the east. Smokestacks emerge from the chimneys of select homes, and packs of dogs roam the dusty streets as morning breaks and the mountain town of Mata Ortiz comes alive. This is our last day to really go around and see pieces and talk to artists, so we want to try to pack in as much as is possible. The amount of artists in Mata Ortiz per square mile is immense, and although we can't talk to or visit with every artist, going to the galleries is a good way to see a large array of different artists' work in one place. We are going to go to the gallery of the woman Rosa, whom we met on the street earlier this morning. Her gallery's name is Taller de la Rosa. She is from the Michoacan, a state down in southern Mexico. Her and her family have moved to Mata Ortiz seeking more opportunity and a better life in the way of clay. They are extracting some clay in the back of the studio, and I wanted to see. They soak earth that they harvest from the mountains in water. You soak the earth to separate the clay. From there, she screens it to separate the dirt from the clay and water, and then puts it on a drying screen to allow it to dry before it is workable. This is nearly identical to how people have made water hash with cannabis for thousands of years, and I love to see the process.
Se hace una pieza. Máquina. Se cerraron. Nomás esta y esta.
¿Esta?
No, toalla de secar las manos.
Just next door is another gallery, Galleria Treviso. We thought we'd poke our head in while we wait for Miguel to see which artists and styles they have in stock. Without Miguel, I am forced to rely on my inadequate broken Spanish, but the people in Mata Ortiz are also patient and helpful. We managed to get by with small talk.
Sí conozco al Burquerque. Está muy bonito. Sí.
Yeah.
Está muy lindo.
Did you go downtown? Do you go downtown in Albuquerque?
Yes.
Yeah. Or up to the La Sierra?
Yes.
In Albuquerque, the big mountains outside?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have Denver.
In November?
Denver.
Oh, Denver. Oh, all the way to Denver. Wow. Did you drive the big interstate, the big freeway?
Paso por Albuquerque.
Located by the old rail yard station, all the galleries are close in approximation. And on a busy day, you can see tourists walking from gallery to gallery seeking pottery. The old rail yard station itself is now a gallery. It is so beautiful to see the architecture of this old building and to witness the transformation that this town has experienced over the last 100 years or so through the usage of this building. Mata Ortiz was once a vibrant logging town, which is what brought the rail yard, but today Pottery is the lifeblood that keeps the doors open.
We're gonna head over to that Michoacana's gallery over here, but we're kind of like right in the railroad. Like this is like the heart of Mata Ortiz, and we were just kind of going from gallery to gallery. We're like, man, they're all like right here, you know. So it's cool just to kind of take a look. That, you know, you got the Casa Verde gallery right there, a gallery there. This is probably the old, maybe the main kind of museum-esque gallery that, like, I guess the town owns because it's the part of the railroad district. And then here's the famous Juan Quesada gallery. This is the most famous gallery in Mata Ortiz. And we've just been going, walking from spot to spot, talking to people. Some of them are throwing pots, some people are painting, but it's cool just to see everybody's work all together. Let's do it. Let's get over here. Come on now. Come on, folks. Hola. So can I get some satol and some, what is it? Is this mezcal?
Uh-huh.
That's mezcal and this is satol? Okay. Can I try both? One of each? Do I just take the... She doesn't want it to be in. And then I push it down? Like take this off? And I push it down.
Hacia arriba, ala.
Más arriba.
Hacia arriba, álalo.
Pull, and then push it down.
Arriba, eso, más arriba.
Más arriba.
Eso, arriba, arriba.
Arriba, arriba, arriba. Wow. Muchas gracias. Perfecto.
Not everything sold in Mata Ortiz was made in Mata Ortiz. Some galleries sell art and items from other parts of Mexico, which is amazing to witness the trade routes of Oasis America still active and vibrant to this day. And although the Satol and Mezcal was good, it is time for us now to meet Miguel and go to more home studios. First, he is taking us to one of his aunt and uncle's homes.
All right, so we're here with my Aunt Elda Gonzalez Hernandez and her husband Daniel Gonzalez, and they're going to show us the lifting process of the plaster mold and the coil and pinch technique all the way up. And they've been doing it for at least 34 years. So this is the lifting of the clay, the pieces themselves. So they got a plaster mold on the bottom. They make a tortilla to put it in it. And then from there, they're gonna start coiling and pinching it, lifting the piece itself. But what they do right here, they get all the air out of the clay. You can see how she's like kneading the clay. You really wanna get all the air pockets out of it. ¿Cuántos años tienes haciendo ollas más o menos, tía? Ustedes dos.
Desde que me vine con Daniel, como tenemos 36 años yo y Daniel más que yo, porque ella hacía.
So the person that taught her said it is her husband, my tío Daniel. When she got married to him when she was 18, so she's been making pottery with him for 36 years, but he started before her, so he's actually maybe going on to 38, almost 40 years making pottery.
And so that piece that you guys add is the churro, the chorizo?
Yeah,
right?
the churro.
Isn't that
They call it a coil.
coil? So what is that thing? You can go get chorizo? Or?
Yeah, chorizo, the food.
Yeah, okay.
So if you notice, everything's got food names. A tortilla, or chorizo.
That's right, okay.
It's not it's our names, but in the States they call it pinch and coil. So the coil is the chorizo, and then they pinch it off.
That's cool. I like that.
Y luego yo también le explico, pues aquí cada quien agarra su estilo a como puedes, ¿verdad? Tienes que hallarte a lo tuyo.
Tú te tienes que basar a lo que tu mente va dando.
And that's what makes everyone, like, especially stand out, like, everyone has their own style.
Yeah.
Because of that, you know what I mean? Because it's what your mind will decide what your style is going to be.
Yeah.
And that's the coil, Jake, you see it's coiling around.
¿No hiciste pobre mesita? ¿Te imaginas un año?
Desde que empezó Daniel a hacer las cosas.
He said this table has been making pottery as long as he has, so you can tell. I had it for 24 years.
I was just going to ask.
So you can
How
actually
many
see.
pots do you think you've made?
Un más o menos, ¿cuántas piezas crees que has levantado ahí? Un más o menos.
Más o menos, ¿te imaginas? Sin embargo, quisiéramos una diaria, ¿te imaginas?
He said if he would only to make one a day for 24 days, just imagine, but he's made a bunch a day. You know, so
Hago dos o tres a
he
veces.
usually makes about 2 or 3 pieces a day.
Wow. Be doing.
Cuando estaban más jóvenes, ¿pensabas que ibas a hacer ollas?
Yo nunca pensé, yo nunca pensé en casarme aquí. Yo pensé,
Ella quería quedarse en Estados Unidos.
Pero mi tío te ganó con su sonrisa colgate. ¿Se conocieron aquí o dónde se conocieron?
aquí en un baile, pues aquí vivía Gloria, yo venía con ella y en los bailes, pues.
So my older tia would always have them come over and stay at her house and stuff when they were younger.
I figured a lot of people met at the local dances. That's why I asked. I was like, I could see it being at the dance.
Dice, le imagina como antes, pues era el único lugar donde conocer la gente en los bailes, ¿verdad?
Sí, era
Pues ¿dónde más?
¿Dónde?
Una fiesta de jaripeo o algo así.
Dice, maybe a rodeo or a party,
Uh-huh.
but the dances, that's where it's at.
My uncle and auntie worked from their kitchen, and as we were filming with them, I could smell a delicious pozole simmering. When we finished, they set the table and refused to let us go without feeding us first. It has been my personal experience that the humblest of people will be the first to feed you. From here we will go to Sabino Villalba's home for another part of the process.
Hola.
Sabino Villalba.
Jacob.
Sabino Villalba. Nomás que cuando murió mi papá, tenía una libreta llena de encargos y muchos le habían dejado depósitos.
Oh, órale.
Y pues tuve que hacerlas para... Pues por mientras no, así.
So this is where he's gotten like his dad and everything. So this has a lot of the Pacame forms.
Esto solo, hijo. Sí.
It'll say down there, Albuquerque, New Mexico,
Albuquerque,
1902.
Vaya por
Patchet basket weavers,
Yeah.
Albuquerque. So this actually,
Lo que representa acá.
so the forms he does, he gets them out of here as well, and it'll actually tell you the meanings of every form.
Oh, wow.
So that's where he gets inspiration,
Yeah.
as well as father's
Tomes
pieces.
eso tú, mijo.
And an American guy gave him this as well.
Sabino Villalba and his siblings all make traditional Pacame forms. They learned from their father, Andres Villalba. He learned in the 1970s from excavating original pieces and from archaeological books gifted to him by different art collectors and friends.
That's what they had in Pacame.
That's what they were keeping there.
Yeah, the
But you don't
macaws.
see them anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So people come down and be like, hey, can you make this?
Like that.
Like
Yeah,
that.
like a replica.
Uh-huh.
And he said he feels weird because it's not him, like he does it so much finer. And these are like real membres. Estas cosas son membres, ¿verdad? Bien estilo, ¿quién dice?
Tiene estilo Paquimé y mimbre
This is like mix.
de los dos. Las ollas sí son puro Paquimé.
So the plates are like a mix of membres, paquimé, but the effigies are just straight. That's just paquimé.
Yeah. The effigies.
The effigies,
That- Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen anything from the Pueblos
Oh, no.
like that. Yeah. Wow. So that's because people were when they were excavating or going and finding, that's what they were finding was all this kind of stuff.
And his dad really stuck to that.
Uh-huh.
So that's the same handy dandy hacksaw blade that we've seen in action this whole.
Yeah, I know.
So that's what my aunt was saying. It's just so versatile.
Yeah. That's how you get that like perfect body is than the sanding.
Then the sanding. Yeah. So
but that gives a nice straight edge, I can imagine.
That was the actual lifting, the quarter pinch, and this is the step that follows. So we take it out the plaster mold after a day or two. It's leather hard. And then it comes the scraping process. Of course, after this, like we said, the sanding. And everyone does their own style.
After that.
After seeing the roots of this art form and understanding a little more of the history, we are now going to a studio to see an artist who has taken elements of the traditional styles and molded them into his own contemporary expression. I love to see the imagination of the artist through their work, and Hector Gallegos is the epitome of this expression, not just in clay, but in life.
We're here with Hector Gallegos, who's going to be an artist featured at the Hall in August. And not only is Hector an amazing alfadero, but he once upon a time was a competing bodybuilder. So we're going to go over to the in the middle of nowhere, his gym, which is pretty cool. So let's go check it out. Yeah, oh yeah, no problema. These are all yours, huh, Hector?
This is the team, Mexico team selection that go to Argentina to compete.
Okay, wow. No way. That's so cool.
And this new is because I last year I was the best athlete in this area.
Wow.
Last year in December I go to Argentina.
Oh, no way.
The South American Championship.
No way. How did you do?
Good.
Nice.
I win 2 trophies.
Nice.
Two places.
Wow. That was last year. Wow. What was the competition?
Bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding. So was
I compete in 2 categories.
So what different categories?
I compete in por estatura, like 1.79 m.
Okay.
And the other category was master.
Master, yeah, okay.
I'm 40, so I'm master now.
Yeah. That's awesome. It's an inspiration. You're 40 years old? Dang, man. I was telling Kel, your family was Chinese, right? And they came here for the railroad.
Yeah.
So you were born in Mata Ortiz?
Yeah. And my great grandfather came from China.
Did you start doing pottery or bodybuilding first?
No, pottery.
Pottery?
Pottery.
Yeah. And then you got into bodybuilding after?
I started making pottery when I was 14.
Oh, wow.
And the bodybuilding when I was 24.
And you were a jinete before, right? You were a bull rider. Yeah.
For 10 years.
For 10 years. That's so cool, man. Well,
just more or less better shape.
Yeah. Then when you were, dang, there it is. That's all the work right there. 40 years old yet though. Qué chido.
It's more or less in honor to my father.
Yeto and Laura are a partnership, not only in their marriage but also in their artwork. They collaborate together on pieces frequently. Laura Bulgarini has her own very unique style and has won many awards and accolades from both sides of the border. Her first cousin, my wife, Ceci Bulgarini, has been making pottery since the age of 12, and at the age of 13, she bought her first vehicle with the money she made by selling her own pottery. She is a true inspiration to me, and a daily reminder that no matter what, the people here in town are family. You have just gotten a look into Juan Mata Ortiz, Chihuahua, Mexico, a small town known internationally for mixing ancient designs with contemporary concepts and expressing that in clay. Now, due to the fact of COVID and the overall perception that traveling outside of the United States is dangerous, tourism is at an all-time low. Now me and my neighbors must mix the contemporary with the high-tech by creating CMJ, a collective of artists employing digital art media and new artists like Antonio de la Rosa to make an urban clothing brand and a presence on social media platforms to promote each member's artwork, to ultimately generate sales to begin various community programs the Citi Rhythms will be directly involved with.
We at Citi Rhythms are happy to be a small part in this process and to work with CMJ. We need to prepare for our trip back to New Mexico tomorrow. It has been a busy week and we still need a night to plan and rest. With 2 months still until the Trails to Oasis showcase at the Hall, we have a pretty good idea of some of the Oyas we'll be bringing back to Albuquerque. Some of the pieces still need to be fired and are not yet complete. We hope for a safe firing for the unfinished pieces so that we can gather them in 2 months and take them back to the United States.